Okay, this is video number 23 on final authority, and the title of this one is Archaic Words. Now, this one's going to be fun, and I hope that you are in awe of the Word of God when I'm done with this. Now, the scholars, usually their beef against the King James Bible, Pastor Poopyhead, will say that it's archaic and out of date. You see, Dr. Dungpile will say, we need to get a better rendering of those things. So what are these men's solution for the old, out-of-date, archaic King James Bible? Well, their solution is Greek. Yeah, Greek. Yeah. Now, throughout the reference Bible that I produced, in the margins you'll see on occasion the words archaic word that is common. And I'll put them throughout the Bible when I discover them. And what that means, it's a word that the scholars say is out of date. The King James uses it, but people don't use it anymore. And I'm going to give you some that the King James is the only one that uses this old, out-of-date, archaic word. And I'm going to give you many examples. But we're going to start off in the morning in a family, dad, mom, couple kids, teenagers. Dad gets up in the morning and it's a Saturday, so he's just kind of hanging around, and then about noontime he gets a meal. He gets on the couch, a couch potato, and he turns on the television. Now this one here, this first one is just for fun. Matthew 17:9, here's television in the Bible. When Jesus came down from the mountain, as they came down, Jesus charged them saying, tell the vision to no man. Now, that's just for fun. Not being real serious on that one. But okay, so Dad's watching the television, and he's watching a Major League Baseball game. The word league is only found in the King James Bible. Well, who's playing that day? The San Francisco Giants. The Giants, that's an out-of-date word that the new Bibles have updated. The San Francisco Nephilims are playing the Seattle Sailors. Yeah, the Seattle Sailors. Well, man, it's so out of date, the King James Mariners. Boy, I'm so glad I got the new Bible so I can get that corrected. But those athletes, in order to travel from place to place, as they walk through the airport and they got to look for their concourse. You ever see that word in the airports? Concourse. The new Bibles have really made that simplified and changed that to wall. So you go into the airport and look for the wall, or the New American Standard, the noisy street. So you don't look for a concourse because that's out of date, old-timey. But, back to Dad sitting on his couch on a Saturday. Okay, and an advertisement comes up, and this advertisement is advertising a college football game. Advertise? I'm sorry, that's out of date. The King James is the only one. He was watching a warning on TV, or an advice, according to the New American Standard. Well, a college football game was advertised. The word college is out of date. The new Bibles don't use the word college. If you're going to go and try to get a higher degree, you got to go to the quarter if you're using the NIV and New American Standard. But talking about a football game, it looks like in Isaiah 22. Again, this is kind of a fun one, like television, but this certainly does look like a football or a football game. This is the only time the word ball is found in the Bible. And it says, behold, the Lord will carry thee away with a mighty captivity, and will surely cover thee. He will surely violently turn and toss thee like a ball into a large country. There shalt thou die, and there the chariots of thy glory shall be the shame of thy Lord's house. And I will drive thee from thy station, and from thy state shall he pull thee down. Gang tackle. You know, when them big linemen are pushing those blocking dummies, you know, that old coach will yell, drive, drive, drive. Where did he get that from? You know, and you know, the advertisement, that college game comes on, a teenage kid walks in, man, Dad, I hope they kick their butt. Well, you'll find that in Psalm 78, verse 66, where Jesus is going to smite the United Nations and company in the hinder parts. But if you have the NIV, he's just going to beat back or beat them backwards, you know. And, you know, the kid's sitting there, you know, and Dad says, man, did you take a bath today? You stink. Well, you see, that's only a King James word. I mean, you know, he should have said, you're obnoxious or odious. You're odious, son. You're odious. You smell like scum. I mean, you smell like scum. That's what you smell like. Oh, scum. I'm sorry to tell you, but, you know, not sorry to tell you at all. Scum is a King James only word where he would smell like a deposit or rust, if you're going to use with the New American Standard. But, you know, another advertisement comes up, a commercial comes up, and it's about a tennis game. So Dad, of course, has got the remote, because Dad always keeps the remote. He flips over to the tennis game, and that guy serves that ball, and it hits the net, and that umpire yelled, let. And the kid says, did he say net? Dad's, no, he said let. Why did he say let? You see, in 2 Thessalonians 2, verse 7, this is the first verse that was used by the gripey guys that wanted to, quote, update and make the Bible better, where the word let here means hindered, as in the Wimbledon, when the ball hits the net, they'll say let because it was hindered. You know, them guys, they need to quit reading that King James Bible. He should say holds or restrains. You know, if he's going to use the modern up-to-date words. And my mom walks in, another advertisement comes on, and she says, hey, Jeopardy's on. I'd like to watch Jeopardy. And, you know, Dad, Jeopardy? Why would I want to look at Jeopardy? You know, oh, if she was a new Bible, she would want to watch Danger. Danger, yes. That's more understandable. And so somebody said, hey, let's go to the store. And Dad said, well, let me check the forecast. You know, so he flips over to the Weather Channel. And looky there, he sees the forecast. But the new Bibles don't use the word forecast. He's got to watch the plot or the device. Device, I guess he's got to watch. And he said, well, I got to get my coat, son. Would you get my coat out of the closet there? You know, the closet. But you see, if you got a new Bible, it's in a room or in a room. They don't use the word closet. I don't know why they don't use the word closet. But, okay, so he's got his coat, and he goes out, and he starts the engine. Oh, man, the engine's, you know, that word engine is, you know, only found in the King James Bible. He'd have to start the battering rhymes on his car if it was an NIV or New American Standard. And, oh, he turns on the radio, he checks the traffic. Oh, making sure the traffic's okay. You know, getting a traffic report, you know, because traffic is archaic, out of date. Nobody uses that. Liquor traffic, drug traffic, human trafficking. Well, it's trade in the new Bibles. He don't get a traffic report. He has to get a trade report. So he says to his son, he said, oh, hey, you got your license on you? Maybe I'll let you drive. You got your license? No, he said, no, Dad, you know, license, that's out of date. Yeah, I got to get permission. That's what I got to get. Well, let's run over to the post office. You know, I think I got a letter coming in the mail. Post, And that's an old out of date where Esther chapter 3, the letters were sent by post. But you see, that's out of date and archaic. I mean, nobody goes to the post office anymore. You got to go to the dispatches or the couriers, in order to get something. Man, that King James is so out of date. And, he goes to he gets the letter, he's get a check in the mail. Oh, man, is he excited. He's going to go to the bank and cash his check, and the teller there is going to count the money for that teller. That's so out of date. Nobody uses that anymore. It should be counter. You go to the bank and have the counter count the money, not the teller. What are you, crazy? Well, let's go over to Walmart, the kids say. Dad, they're in the car. Let's go to Walmart. Mart, Dad says. What are you talking about, Mart? I don't understand that. Nobody uses Mart, Walmart, Kmart, Mini Mart, Food Mart, Gas Mart, Smoke Mart. Don't you know it should be marketplace or market like the new Bible say? Well, they're in Walmart and they say, look at all this merchandise we got here. Man, oh man, that merchandise, it is packed up. It is from the floor to the top. And, no, it's not merchandise. It's exploit is what it is. And Dad said, hey, I wonder if they got any furniture here. I need to get a new lazy boy chair. If they got some furniture. Oh, new Bibles don't use the word furniture. They use treasures and object. Oh, I'm going to need to go get an object. And the kid says, hey, Dad, I want to get some stuff. Nobody uses stuff anymore. That King James is so out of date. Stuff? Are you kidding me? Man, you got to have possessions and buy goods. That's what you got to have. And the kid says, I'm hungry. I want some victuals. He's a Kentucky boy, and he wants some victuals. He's really hungry, but, the new Bibles, they're not hillbilly or like that. Man, they're more educated. They got food is what they got, and the one daughter, she's going to go to college and get a science degree is what she's going to do. Oh, not a college. It's a quarter. It's a new Bible. It's a quarter, not a college. But the word science is only found in the King James Bible. Oh, the NIV, you got to get a quick to understand degree or a discerning knowledge degree. Or in the New King James, a quick to understand degree. In 1 Timothy chapter 6, the King James is the only one that warns about science, falsely so-called. We'd call that pseudoscience. Who uses pseudoscience, fake science? Well, the evolutionists do, and the textual critic does, and the climate change people, they use the fake science. And the transgender movement's all based on fake science. The King James Bible, nobody uses the word science anymore. It's got to be knowledge, and knowledge. That's what it's got to be because, in a science room, they do experiments. Who wants to do experiment? Experiment is only found in the King James Bible. And the new Bibles, they do service, they do proof. How does that? Just simply amazing. Now, if we go to the Bible for the final authority for all matters of faith and practice, what is the Bible practice for archaic words? Sure, I agree there are archaic words in the King James Bible. Sure, there are some words that are out of date because the language is dying. Yeah, it's dying. But what is the Bible pattern or practice for archaic words? We find the practice in 1 Samuel 9, verse 9, where it says, before time in Israel, when a man went to inquire of God, thus he spake, come and let us go to the seer. S-E-E-R, seer. For he that is now called a prophet was before time called a seer. Well, so the Bible practice, if the Bible is a final authority for all matters of faith and practice, so the Bible practice is leave the archaic word in the text. You can write in the margin the definition, prophet. He happens to throw it right into the text. Write in the margin the definition, and you know what? That's how you increase your vocabulary. Isn't that very unique? Is that old King James Bible out of date? Man, that book is so far advanced, it's going to tell you what's going to be in the news broadcast. That book is so far advanced, once in a while, man catches up to it. I hope you enjoyed this. I had a good time showing that old book and how it is. And like the psalmist said in Psalm 119, 161, that he is in awe of thy word.